Hey there, YouTube. Once again, it has been a while. I have been busy, and I've been sick. I got sick. Wanted to show you something. I have not yet finished my knife. My knife is in there. I'm embarrassed to show you. It was heat treated. Elliot did the heat treat. I'll put in a video of Elliot doing some, probably not. It's actually pretty boring. It's just Elliot putting it in the oven. But we heat treated my knife. My edge grind, really, it was pretty bad. Elliot said it's a lot easier to take care of edge grind after, it's getting long. After the blade's been hardened, it's a lot harder to screw it up when the edge has been hardened because, you know, the material's harder and it doesn't eat up as much. But my daughter, while we were at an amusement park, had asked me, "Daddy, could you make me a knife?" And so I thought about it, and I thought, well, I could probably make her a nice little knife. So when I was up at Elliot's while he was doing a heat treat, I wasn't gonna have Elliot doing the heat treat and just leave him there and, you know, hey Elliot, heat treat this for me. So I hung out at the shop and tried to make myself useful, but really those guys, Chris and Elliot, have got it to a science to where I really couldn't be useful. I asked, you know, any bead blast needs done, you know, something I could do. No, so I just kind of hung out in the shop and made a nuisance of myself. But so Elliot was like, well, if you'll make your daughter a knife, you know, if that's what she wants, there's some thinner stuff in the back. So I found a thinner piece of blade stock of steel. This is just 440C. It's not some of the nicer exotic stuff he had back there, because I didn't want to waste a piece of L-Max or, you know, 4V or something like that on my knife making skills. I already saw I wasted a big chunk of 4V on mine. So what I did was I grabbed that thinner piece of 440C and making my daughter a nice little knife. And it's gonna have, the handle's gonna come up, and like I know the handle pins are back here, but the handle's gonna come up clear up here. It's gonna have a longer handle, a shorter blade. But I was kind of proud of my grind work this time. It was a lot smoother. I didn't have near the little hiccups that I had to fix. I'm more getting the hang of how much pressure to use and things like that. Hopefully when I go up this Friday, I'm going to finish my initial grind, and then we're going to harden it maybe Sunday. Depending on how I feel and how my daughter feels, we may go back to the amusement park. Knott's Berry Farms is free this time of year for veterans and active duty military, and I take my daughter on Saturdays. I usually don't give myself days off, you know, as often, but I haven't had near the volume of stuff. This is a lot of the reason why we haven't seen as many videos. I just haven't had anything come in that I wanted to show you. So with that, I had a friend text me that watches some of my videos, and I don't know if he's even a subscriber. He watches some of my videos here and there. So he said, man, you do a lot of videos, but you don't have any fixed blades. I don't think he's seen all of my videos, but so this video is about some of my fixed blades. I know you guys have seen this one. This is my Mora. I love this knife. I use it a lot. It is wicked, stupid sharp now. It really, after I took it down on that last round of sharpening I gave it after I used it, and it got on the, it took a round on my my diamond strops that I use for really super polishing stuff when people want. One of my favorite fixed blade knives I have is an older Puma stag buoy, and the Soligen steel. There's a reason that they made razors and things in Soligen, Germany for a long time. The aesthetics of this knife, and it's a nice, comfortable knife. Nice thick blade stock, nice round chamfers on the back. Good job on the swedge. It's not a sharpened swedge. It's a false edge on that. Even you can see the test spot for the Rockwell hardness testing. And yes, I did go ahead and put a super fine edge on this. There is probably going to eventually be, it'll do it. Yeah, it'll do it. There's going to be a video of me shaving with this. I just haven't ever gotten around to it. I love this knife. I love it, and it's not something I would be afraid to use. This would be something that I could use camping. Nice, wide, thick spine if I needed to use it. There's another knife that's not here because a friend of mine is borrowing it on deployment, is my Cold Steel SRK. My SRK is something that I carried for a long time. Like I said in a video, I pried a Humvee door open with it one time when it got stuck. Some other Cold Steel fixed blades. My Pendleton Custom Classic. Gorgeous, gorgeous knife. I have a lot of fixed blades, but in my videos, you predominantly aren't going to see my fixed blades, my Cold Steel Sisu. I have a folded steel dagger that I'm not going to bring out here. You're just not going to see it. It's not, there's no sense bringing it out here and going to the trouble of bringing it out because you're not going to see the beauty of the steel. It's not going to carry through on these videos. So the reason, one of the reasons that you don't see videos from me about these, these fixed blade knives is because I don't have a call to carry them here in San Diego. Now I'm sure if I was back in Ohio, I would carry this all the time. This would be something you would see a lot of use, that would see a lot of use, and you would probably hear me talk about a lot in my videos. It's a really, really good knife. I've carried it as a field knife for camping and things like that. The thing is, I love this knife so much, I don't think I would do a lot of batoning and things like that with this knife. I'm pretty sure it would hold up to it though. It's full tang. Silver nickel bolsters. It's pinned all the way through. Look at those rivets. Tell me that wasn't built to stand up to just a nice stag handles. Nice beefy handle you can hold on to. Takes an edge real well. It is, I forget what the steel is on this one, but never had a problem with it holding edge. Now, the buoys that Puma makes now are made in Taiwan. Like I said, some of these companies are learning their lesson about the making things in Taiwan. They really are. You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. The quality coming out of Taiwan, I hate to say it, is not on par with some of the stuff that's coming out of companies in China like Riat and We. And I really don't want to say that because I really don't like the fact of how much of our stuff is going to China. I really don't. I would love to say buy American, but it's gotten to the point where we have priced ourselves out of things. You want a $15 minimum wage, that's what you wind up with. The other thing about some of these knives, the quality of the sheath. This knife, I think this knife would have went for original price. I didn't buy this brand new. I think original price $180, $200. A lot of that's a sheath, and this is a nice quality sheath. It's got a that hole there is not necessarily for a lanyard. It goes around your fingers. It has a strap that goes through here so that when you are carrying it, you can lash it in like that and then back around. That is a lot of what that hole's for, to keep it from coming out of the sheath. It's got the lock here. Puma sheaths back in the day were really nice. My father has a knife. God, it's a gorgeous knife. He has the Hunter's Pal. I think it's a Hunter's Pal. Gorgeous knife. One of the only knives that I've ever held that I was frightened of how sharp it got. These Mora knives have got a unique system. You see that and that? You can actually clip, if you had two of these, you could clip them. So like if you were maybe doing meat processing, you had two of these and one would get sharp, you had two knives together. These Cold Steel knives, I don't think that they sell. I don't think that the Pendleton Classic comes with a leather sheath anymore, which is a shame because these sheaths were really nice. Really, really nice. This is a discontinued knife. Thought about getting rid of this once. I was like, oh, I should probably, I never carry this. I could sell it. I should get rid of it. They quit making it. I would never get rid of this knife. I love this little knife. Especially now that I know that I could never get one. Well, I mean, I could probably find one on the secondary market. Only thing I wish it had I wish either the blade came all the way back to the bolster, or I wish it had a sharpening choil. I really wish it did. And so this is that Sanmai 3, that laminated steel that Cold Steel made. And I said, like them or not, like Cold Steel or not, this steel is a good quality steel. It really is. I have some other fixed blades that are old knives that belong to my grandfather and things like that. I'm just not going to go dig them out because they're upstairs in a drawer and they're not something I would use. Those are things that were my grandfather's that I'm going to keep. I have a couple K-bars, you know, things that were issued to me, but they're not things that I would carry. What I brought out here would be things that I would carry and use. I was never actually, even when I was active duty, I was never a fan of a K-bar. I thought the K-bar was a little bit too big. The full-size K-bar, it's just a little too big. As a matter of fact, as you guys know, well, it's not in my pocket right now. My Sebenza's in my pocket. Sebenza almost is more knife than I would like to carry a lot of times too. I like my NTAC. I like something a little bit smaller than this, actually, for work purposes. Don't get me wrong, Sebenza's a good knife. This, awesome little knife. This comes in really nice when you're processing steak, or, you know, butterflying a steak, or maybe a roast or something like that. Same with this. This was meant for hunting and cutting of meat and things like that. It's a hunting knife. My micarta handles, the micarta on this is really polished. The micarta on this is a little bit more raw. The thing I would say about this, and I don't know if anybody really thinks about this, I know I do, micarta, even though it's in there with that resin, the natural fibers of micarta, when it gets wet, the fibers still do expand, and as it gets wet, it gets a little grippier. It's actually slicker when it's dry than it is when it's wet. You get it a little bit wet, and those fibers still do expand a little bit, and it's actually, now that I've wet it a little bit, it's actually a little bit more grippy in those areas than it was before. I really do need to take better care of my stuff, though. I mean, I don't like I don't like corrosion on my silver nickel bolsters. Now this has got a rat tail tang that's screwed in, as opposed to everything else here on the table. I think all my other fixed blades are full tang. I like a full tang, especially something that's going to get a lot of work. This is more, this wouldn't see near the hard use that something like this would. Like I said, this is the epitome of a field knife. This is the epitome of a camp knife. This is something you could take out, yeah, bead on. You could cut down a tree with this if you wanted to. Handle goes all the way down. And I mean, I've seen some of the newer ones. I've seen some of the newer, like I said, I bought this used. It'd never been out of the box from what I understand from the previous owner. He bought it, never took it out of the box. I probably could give you some, some specs on it, but if you guys watch my channel, I'm not that guy. I don't give you specs. You want specs? Go look up one of the old school Puma buoys. Puma always has that logo that they put on their blades. I always thought it looked like a kid wrote it. But yeah, nice knife. I actually had him out and thought about what my friend has said. I was studying the way the grinds are on this, so I can maybe, like, how can I was telling Elliot I was doing this. Now I've gotten off track again. I don't see how it is that I'm good at this, at maintaining an angle when I'm sharpening at this, and you flip it 90 degrees, and I'm so horrible at it. I truly am. And I mean, this one's not as bad as my knife. It's bad, folks. It's really bad. It's embarrassing, and I'm embarrassed to show it, because if any of you guys know, I'm Captain Angry about misgrinds on knives. I am. As a matter of fact, I've gotten people complain, oh, why are you so angry about the misgrind on that knife? I was like, if you're gonna do it right. But at any rate, it's just these are pretty much the fixed blades that I would carry. that are in my collection. And like I said, I want to, once again, call this one out. You cannot go wrong with a Mora. The Mora knife from Sweden. You can't go wrong with these. It's a $12 knife. Ergonomic, comfortable, crazy, stupid sharp out of the box. It's got a good sheath. Good steel. And I mean, nice thick, Scandi grind, nice thick stock, workhorse knife. And the nice thing is, you're not gonna be afraid to use it because guess what? It's a $12 knife. And mine, everybody's like, oh, $12 knife, how good could it be? I put a good polish on mine. I've sharpened it back up. I've used mine a lot. Mine gets used a lot. I can use it for stuff here around the yard. Cutting stuff up and boxes. It's a workhorse. Scandi grinds are amazing because they're so good at cutting. All right, I haven't really eaten anything the last couple of days. Been sick. I'm gonna cut this, or I will start getting into knife grinds and stuff like that. You guys will have a 30-minute video in your hands. I really do appreciate. I noticed it. Not to extend the video any longer. The last video I posted, before, when I posted the video, before I could go in and put in my tags, the second I had posted it, I already had 4 views. 4 in like a second. So that tells me that you guys appreciate my videos. You guys that are subscribed are just kind of like waiting for my videos, and I appreciate it. I really do. I can't tell you how much that means to me that you guys are kind of, that tells me that you guys are kind of like, oh, hey, Mike posted another video. It means a lot to me. Whether you believe it or not, it really does. For this to have gone this far, I figured that I would make a couple videos and this would be the end of it. I think I've got like 80 videos. I've got 200 plus subscribers now. I went from, it took me 6 months to get my first, almost 6 months to get my first 100 subscribers. It took me another 6 weeks to get my next 100 subscribers. I'm past 200 subscribers now. It's snowball, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate the people telling me thank you for guidance and things like that. As far as the guidance, I really can't, I don't feel comfortable telling someone what's the best blade steel, what's the best knife. There is no best knife. If you like karambits, you like karambits. I don't like karambits. I don't want you to think that you could come to me and I can't in good conscience tell you what the best knife. I can tell you from my perspective, for the things that I do with a knife, what they are. And Dirt McGirt, I apologize for throwing a video out there specifically and calling you out in public. I apologize. It was incorrect. It was wrong, and I'm probably going to take the video down. I shouldn't have gotten caught up into that. So there's your apology. I am very sorry. So, all right, you guys have a good evening. 18 minutes and 30 seconds. That's too much. No one needs to hear me talk for 20 minutes. All right, bye.